Hey, there you go. Happy Monday. And I hope I got the sound right this time because last week I didn't start off so good. But Dom's out there. I know you're watching, Dom. He'll tell me. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. As always, I'm your host, David Burrows. And happy Monday. Nice if you're watching live today. Boy, what a nice day out there today. And, summer's sort of over. Not quite. I don't know. I'm still able to ride my motorcycle, so that means summer's not quite over yet. But I hope you're enjoying the weather and things that have been happening around town. It's certainly interesting times still, for sure. And we're getting closer to that light at the tunnel, or the end of the tunnel. It's just been a long tunnel or something like that, right? Somebody said that to me the other day, and I've stolen that punchline. Let's go to the comments out there and see who's saying hello. Yeah, there's my buddy Dom. Happy Monday, buddy. Happy Monday to you as well, Dom. Dom, I got to tell you, for those of you who don't know, Dom Fernandez has been a friend of mine for like 30 years. He's fighting MS, and his story is an incredible story to share. He's even written a book, which we'll have you back soon, Dom. But you can check him out in my group or on any of the music groups, Sarnia Rocks, etc. He's currently at the hospital, Blue Water Health still, and he goes live regularly singing karaoke songs, and he puts out votes on what song you'd like him to sing. I picked Friends in Low Places for the next one, Dom. You can check out the votes in my group there as well. And Dom, you and I are definitely overdue for a visit. And Dom's been getting out. He did one at the Refined Fool recently, and he's got another one at Refined Fool coming up in October. I'm sure we'll have him here back for the week before that. Anybody else watching, be sure to say hello in the comments. Let us know how you're making out there. What are you doing to keep busy? And I mean, school's back, interestingly, right? High school's different, college is different. It's still interesting times for sure. But that's one of the reasons our guests are going to be here talking from Lambton Elderly Outreach coming up here in just a few moments. They're going to break the isolation, right? So stay tuned for that coming up. I always like to go out and say thanks to our supporters who have been supporting for a very long time here on the show. From day one, AG Event Graphics, here on Signs SWO, a part of the AG group. Thanks to Guy and Kevin and all the staff down at AG Event Graphics for supporting us for just about 10 years. Coming up 10 years on the show. We'll be talking about a celebration we're going to be having there in just a few moments. So thank you to them. Our friends at Oswald's, they had a show and shine, a motorcycle show and shine a few weeks ago. I was glad to be able to be there. I got to do my first burnout on my motorcycle. Yes, I'm buying a new tire. But it was a lot of fun. There was about 300 motorcycles out there, and all in support of Sarnia Special Olympics. And a few days ago, Art and Karen announced they raised just over $22,000 for Sarnia Special Olympics. Thanks to the motorcycle community. And so many people stepped up to be sponsors of trophies and helped support the bands were out there and everything. And they thanked a whole lot of people. But I got to tell you, thanks to Oswald's and thanks to Art and Karen, who have been pushing through this like everybody else in the pandemic. And they are still giving back into the community, which is fantastic. So you can give your support to them by visiting their menu online at oswalds.com. Art and Karen, thank you so much. Hughes Intelligence, been great supporters here for a long time as well. And we're going to be seeing them regularly at the Sarnia Sting games. They're going to be providing some security, and we're going to be working with them. Well, you'll see them making appearances on my Facebook Lives from the Sarnia Sting, so keep an eye out for that. Active Ears Hearing Centers, Christine Fiji gives back to so many in this community. She's amazing. She was at the show and shine for the motorcycles as well and made a very nice donation. So thank you, Christine, for your support. And of course, Joe's Discount Tire, been around for a few years supporting us here as well. And again, they give back to several in the community, honestly, quite quietly. So thanks to all the supporters who come here in the show. Back to the comments to see what's going on there. Danny Cacciamilio. Hey, Danny, happy Monday. Back to you, sir. I'm sure you'll be ready to get to a Sarnia Sting game as well, especially when the Sioux come around. Danny's originally from the Sioux, so we got a bit of a rivalry going on there. And Barry Loxton's out there. Barry, how are you, buddy? Barry is a local photographer. If you don't know Barry, check him out in the You Gotta Love Sarnia Facebook group, and lots of great photographers in there. But Barry, it's nice to see you, buddy. And he was out at the show and shine taking lots of pictures, and he often gets out taking pictures of the sailboat races, which is cool. I actually have a drone video, Barry, that I took a few weeks ago of the sailboats. I got to get that online too. Who else we got out here? Carl, all the way. You're back in Oshawa now, right, Carl? Thanks for joining here today, Carl. Happy Monday to you. And who else we got? Danny says his daughter's sweet 16. Eva Marie. Well, happy birthday, Eva. Congratulations. Sweet 16. Boy, that's a special time in a person's life. 16 years old. Do you remember your 16th, Danny? Boy, I have a hard time. I have to go way back. But happy birthday to Eva on her 16th birthday. Matt Shelton. Oh my goodness, Matt, you are like watching from far, far away. And I see you've got a live music. Tell everybody where you're watching from again, Matt. Oh my goodness. I haven't seen you, Matt, in 20 years, I bet you. Wow. Ooh, there's a flashback happening. It was good time flashback. And Danny, yeah, you barely remember that too. Yeah, well, it was probably close to as many years as me. Maybe not quite as long. Yeah, the last sailboat race is Wednesday, right, Barry? Okay, thanks for that. Yeah, all the way from Maple Ridge, BC. Matt, thank you so much for saying hello here today. It's so nice it's one of the great things about live streaming and being able to do this. Like, think about this for a minute. Could you imagine a pandemic with no video, no FaceTime? All you had is a rotary dial phone. The long distance companies would be smiling for sure. But let's just, and the reason I say that, I'm going to get a little serious here for just a moment. So much has happened through all of this, and we could there's so many directions we could take this conversation, but it really seems to have brought out so much emotion in people, and not always good, right? And that's unfortunate, because I've always been one to say, let's force ourselves, and it's really hard sometimes, to seek out the greatness in each other. Right. And that's easy to do when you're sitting in a room or you're around people that you like. It's easy to find greatness in people that we like. Right. But here's the challenge. Seek out the greatness in everyone, including the ones you don't really like. There's the challenge for you. That's tough to do, because all this emotion that's come into, and we've certainly learned where people we've maybe known for a long time, we're really surprised by their opinions and their reactions, and it's just really created a lot of tension, right? And it's tension that we don't really need. And I'm not new to saying, let's find the silver lining, always look on the bright side of life, all that stuff, all that positive stuff, right? But it's really hard to do sometimes. But we really need to try to focus on that, and let's just stay as positive as we can. And that's going to be, again, our guest coming up here in just a moment. We're going to be talking about how to do some of that. I saw it. Thanks for the shout out. Silver lining and everything you do. Oh, I didn't even see that. Once you see it, embrace it. I guarantee it, you will embrace it back. Yes. Well, Dom, who's been fighting MS for so many years now, if you haven't got his book, we'll show you at the end of the show how you can get his book. And he talks about his journey with MS. And I was very proud to be asked to write the foreword for his book. So, and portions from that book goes to the MS Society as well. So, like seeing my first preferred towing truck. There you go. Carl. All right. Okay. Just a reminder too, as well, Rooster. I haven't been able to get out there yet, but Rooster out on the Golden Mile, they've got lots of music. The Mudmen, I think, played there over on the weekend. And they're planning more live entertainment and lots of local entertainment. And every Wednesday night, this is what you're doing on Wednesdays, they're saying 6 to 9, there's an open mic jam. Even if you don't play, the musicians would probably like an audience, right? So get out there, and they're going to have some food out there. Oswald's is going to be providing food coming up shortly out there as well. And there's lots happening. So check them out on Facebook. And we're looking forward to getting out there and seeing them as well. Okay, let's move on. Let's get ready. The ladies are waiting, and here we go. Let's welcome Laura and Amy from Lambton Elderly Outreach. Thanks for being here, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
appreciate your time here today. You kind of heard me. I don't know if it was a rant or just the preaching or whatever I was doing, but it's really it's kind of true to what you're going to talk to us about here is trying to get everything positive and break the isolation. But before we get into that, Laura, let's start with you. Tell everybody who you are and your role at Lambton or Leo.
Yeah, so I've been with Leo for 12 years now. I am currently the manager of community support services there. So I am in charge of basically all of our community services that we have out there.
All right, perfect. And Amy, you've got a role there as well.
I do have a role there. I've been there just over 1 year now, doing community engagement. And that position includes the age-friendly initiative as well, which you're a part of.
Yes, right. And that's been an interesting journey along the way as well with age-friendly Sarnia. And what you're going to talk about here, all this adaptation, there's another word besides, the C word and all the P word and everything else. The adapting word is one that comes up commonly as well. Has Leo been able to find ways to adapt to the needs of those that you service?
Yeah, Leo is constantly adapting to the continuously changing rules, regulations, and services requirements, the needs of our clients. It's nonstop. It's just continuous.
Yeah. Would you say you've pushed through it well, though? Like there had to be a lot of frustrations along the way.
Yeah, it's been tough because, like you said, it's a lot of unknown, right? Like it's not something that anybody's really got experience in, and we're kind of learning as we go, which is good. I think we're doing really well at it. We're certainly meeting the needs of our clients, which I think is the most important thing that we can be doing. So yeah.
Very good. Well, I know you've got a great team down there that likes to be creative, I guess, is the other thing that you would have to do. And that's part of what we're talking about here today, right, Amy?
Yes, that's right. We're here to talk about our new winter campaign called Break the Isolation. And it's all about awareness and reduction of feeling socially isolated, because we know this pandemic has been hard. Many of our programs have been cut through the community, and there's just not a lot of ways to get involved right now.
Yeah.
And that can be very hard. It can lead to, health issues and depression and a risk of being very lonely. So our whole campaign is made up of a series of mini initiatives to help break that isolation and get people back in the community.
And you're one of your service, transportation being a big part of what you're providing. That's really a service like I think many of us daily take for granted. Right? Like even if we don't have a car or a vehicle, there's many still capable of getting on a bus. But beyond that, the word isolation in there really is transportation is just so vital, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So just on that note, actually, our transportation department is, all of our departments really haven't backed down at all since this pandemic has hit. We have been going 110 for us, actually moving forward with all of our programs and all of our staff. So we're very, very grateful and very lucky to have such a dedicated staff with regards to our field staff, our administrative staff, of course, our management. But we're very, very grateful that we've been able to continue that and to continue to provide that service.
Yeah, and actually even expand it, didn't you? Like as far as how far out you went to provide the service?
Yes, we did. So in the beginning of the pandemic, we were the only transportation service in Southwestern Ontario that was providing transportation on a regular basis. We did pull back on some of our services, not necessarily because we wanted to, but the demand was just so high for those medical appointments. That was our priority. And then we partnered out with some of the smaller communities, Bruce County, Middlesex, Windsor, Chatham, Essex, that sort of thing, to provide transportation to COVID suspect, COVID positive clients, because again, there were no services that were doing that. So Leo stepped up to that plate as well and filled those voids as well.
Yeah, and then there's Domingos Fernandez is saying adapting the only way to go. Leo's great; they're very reliable. He says he uses you all the time.
He does.
I'm sure he lets you know who he is too.
Well, it's funny when I saw his comment, his name come up on your comments there. I said to Amy, "That's one of our transportation clients." Right. So yeah.
Yeah,
Great.
but that's just true testimony to you know, the service that you provide, and beyond the service, there's really, like, you build a lot of relationships through this service as well.
Yeah, absolutely. What kind of in the same sense of the breaking the isolation, a lot of our clients, even though, you know, physically isolated doesn't necessarily mean they're out in the outskirts or they're in the rural areas, right? You can be right in the heart of Sarnia feeling isolated. So it really does make a difference with those relationships that our drivers and our admin staff build with our clients. 5-minute conversation on the phone to confirm a meal order, or, you know, to take booking details, you know, kind of helps with that. And so with that in mind, we kind of want to build on that and really break those walls of isolation for the people in Sarnia, Lambton.
Right. Well, let's talk about it more. You got the Break the Isolation campaign kickoff starting on October 1st. Amy, what can you tell us?
Sure. So we would love to run through our initiatives with you because they're starting on Friday and running through to January. And we have a lot of amazing community partners as well for each of these events. We couldn't do it all alone, and there's lots of opportunity to team up. But it's all about providing opportunities for people to connect to community, learn about resources, decrease that isolation, and just have fun. So our first one is this Friday, and it is our campaign kickoff happening on National Seniors Day. We'll have 2 events, one in Petrolia at the YMCA and one at the Sarnia Strangway Center. So from 1 to 3 p.m., you can join us for music, ice cream to break that isolation, and find and get a takeaway package of community supports and programming.
Okay. What kind of things will we see in that package?
Lots of things. Yeah,
it's kind of a surprise.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
We're continuously building that package. We keep adding to it. So it's going to be a nice little takeaway for whoever shows up.
Lots of community support there. Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Carry on, Amy.
Yeah, just a variety of programming that's happening in Sarnia Lambton. We're also, Leo is going to provide free transportation to anybody who wants to get out to that event. They can call us and we'll help arrange a ride for them to and from. And this event, we're partnering with Sarnia Strangway Center, Petrolia YMCA, and also the RBC Social Hub, who made a wonderful donation to us. And we wanted to make sure that ended up back in the community, benefiting people who need it. So hopefully you'll post the registration details for us.
Yeah, we'll post that all after the show on the Facebook comment.
Sounds good. So that's our first event. We'll talk about the next.
Yeah, so that'll be obviously the kickoff to the Breaking the Isolation campaign. From there, we'll be moving into our Adopt a Driveway snow shoveling. This is an event that actually, funny enough, Amy and I met a few years ago partnering on this when she was at the city. Okay. And we started this. This was a pilot program at that time. So what's nice is to see how that's grown and how this relationship has grown and the professionalism here. But this is a service that is offered to seniors that may or may not be able to afford the service and require the service of keeping their driveways safe, obviously. Again, trying to prevent that barrier of isolation. If they're snowed in, they can't get out, they can't walk that driveway, they're not going anywhere. So that's just another one of the initiatives that are involved with this.
And I'll just add that City of Sarnia is a partner on that and are taking volunteers for that program. So what we do with Leo and the city is we help match the volunteers with a client in need of a volunteer to shovel their snow. So any volunteerism, it's great for high school students. If you have a business, you want to sign up as a team or a family, lots of ways to get involved there.
Okay. And could a student use this for their community hours that they have
Absolutely.
to get? So there's a win-win, right?
That is, yes. And we'll provide the training as well, which will also count towards the volunteer hours.
Okay.
Yes.
Now let me stop you there for just a second. You say training, like you
Yes.
kind of think, well, like how do you train me to shovel snow? But seriously, there's some safety aspect to that, right?
Yes, of course. Yeah, we want everyone to be safe. We'll provide the ice melter and snow shovels and safety vests,
Yes.
and then the training as well to make sure it's a successful winter.
Now, and can I ask you too, like, obviously this is for people who really need the service. So there must be some kind of a process or a filter process on who
Yes.
gets this service.
Right. So, yeah, you do have to be over the age of 60 or a person with a disability and go through a means test.
Right.
So you should be financially in need.
Right. Okay. I wanted to make that clear because I didn't want everybody going, oh, well, I hate shoveling snow, so let's get a hold of these guys. Right? You know, so
I'd be the first one.
Right. I can't get my kids to do it anymore. Right. You know, anyway. Okay. Very good.
Okay.
Yeah. So then one of our other little mini series would be the freeze out feelings of isolation. And what this would be is a webinar that will be basically just kind of giving some information on mental health, the effects that has on social isolation, and the techniques to help people feel supported. You know, like I said, one of our biggest concerns is the mental health and the well-being of, and it's not just Leo clients. Let me just put that out there as well, Dave. This is open to all Sarnia Lambton residents. You do not need to be a Leo client to participate in any of these services. Our goal is to reach as many people as we can at any age group. If you are feeling isolated, if you are feeling alone, that is what this campaign is for. So
that's really important. That I'm glad that you mentioned that's for everybody because so many are affected by that. And again, imagine not like being able to have a webinar during this time. Like, how would we reach out to people? So we're fortunate to have these tools, and this is just another way you're taking advantage of those tools to reach out to everybody.
Yeah. Another event we're doing is called Icebreakers. And this one is nice. It's an intergenerational chat. And we're hoping we'll have it at the library. We'll have hot chocolate and books, and we'll facilitate a chat about life. So from the perspective of a child versus a grandparent and anyone in between who wants to come.
That'll bring some interesting conversations.
Yeah, that's what we think. Yeah.
That's the hope, right? Yeah.
That's the hope. Yeah, that's our goal.
Okay.
And when's that happening? That's in November, right?
Yes, that's in mid-November. And as we approach each event, we'll be able to release full details and take registrations at that time. Okay. But we just want to give kind of get everyone excited about what each of these events are about.
And did we miss one there? Frozen in Time storytelling?
Yes, and then we have this one. And this is where we'll have a person interview an older adult and kind of get their glory days story. So a highlight of their life. Yes, we'll elicit that through stories and advice, and that will be videotaped and made into clips that we'll be able to share once those are all done. And then we have also Jerseys Across Generations photo contest. So we want to see how many generations in hockey jerseys you can fit into one picture. We know that.
Whose idea was that?
Super fan.
Laura's a super Sarnia Sting fan, and she and the kids are always there with you too. So I'm sure the kids will be excited for that one.
Oh yes, yeah, definitely. Yes. We're already planning our generational jersey picture next week, actually. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. And then to end our campaign, to go out with a big bang, we will be at the Sarnia Sting game in the Chuck a Puck, actually participating in the Chuck a Puck event, and that's on January 2nd. So right after Christmas, depending on how things go, you know, we may be able to continue a little bit further into the winter season, but that will be kind of the big bang to the end of our campaign. So we're really excited about that as well, of course.
This is an exciting campaign. I mean, there's so much work that's gone into this, and the community partners that are joining you with this are a huge part of making it successful, right? You know, and Sarnia Sting are big community partners in there as well. And I know they support.
we are constantly having to adapt things, obviously, and having to change things from where it started to where we are right now. But we are very passionate about this campaign. We are very excited about this campaign. So however we have to make it happen, Amy and I are continuously adapting and making those changes so that we can have this campaign. Like I said, I think it's very important for the mental health and well-being of our people of Sarnia Lambton. So things may change here and there, and what we've got laid out today may not necessarily be where we are a month from now. We could be better. We could be able to be doing a little more in person, more interactive things. So stay with us, stay on our Facebook. Make sure you check our Facebook pages, check the Dave Burrows show obviously for updates as well. And we'll keep putting it out there, the information that we can as it comes in.
Yeah, and I know I got an email today about all of this. So you've sent this out to so many, again, community partners and making people aware of this. Have you gotten any feedback yet, or is it too soon to tell?
No, I have. I received probably 10 emails back mostly from our internal network, but just, I want to go to this event, sign me up for that event. So it's really great. We even had a sponsor come through for the Sarnia Sting Chuckapuk with eXp Realty.
Nice.
And really, just a really great support so far.
Yeah. Well, I think, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say another major partner is the United Way.
Yeah.
Who also strive to create an inclusive community and opportunities for people of all ages. So they're a great supporter of this as well.
Yeah, as they are to many. And Dave Brown, as you know, Amy, stops here once a month and gives an update. And they're very transparent, and they're very, they definitely make sure that the dollars stay local here in Lambton County. So that's right. Always positive as well.
Yeah.
Well, I would say, what's next after all of that? But that's like, boy, you've just really scheduled this out well, and the timing. Now, some of these things might require that guidelines don't change, I would think, right? Is there a plan B, C, D, or F, or in case that happens?
Always. Yeah. Always.
Yeah. We've tried to plan them, mostly virtual. In person this Friday, we can do. We know that we can safely have up to 100 people outdoors, and that's no problem. And then for the other ones, they will be virtual because it's actually convenient too for a lot of people. And then recording and being able to send it out as needed. And then our other events are really, interviewing and the photo contest. That's all done, through email or mail. Yeah. But we hope if things stay open, we can do more in person.
Yeah, well, I think you've done very well at putting this together, and a lot of thoughts got into this. So congratulations on getting it out there. I'm looking forward to seeing the success of this, and hopefully I can attend that webinar. And I'm really going to try to get there for the ice cream, though. I got to tell you. They got like vanilla and chocolate, or is it
well, and you've got 2 hours, Dave, so you can hit up both locations.
Right, there you go. I could probably do that. Bring my kids, there you go. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate you sharing this with me here today, and everybody who's watching. And more people will see this after the broadcast, and we'll share all the links onto our Facebook page and share them around. And that's fantastic. We're really excited for this. Any final thoughts or words you want to put out there before I let you go?
Yeah, if there's any questions or people want to sign up for different events, they can call us or email us. You showed our information there.
Yep.
Or just call Leo main office. That's great too. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Laura, Amy, thank you so much. And look forward to seeing you. Well, Laura, I'll see you at the next game probably.
I will see you Friday night for sure.
Right on. Amy, I'll look forward to seeing you in person as well. And we'll have you back again soon.
Yes. Thank you so much, Dave.
Thank you.
Thanks, ladies. Laura and Amy from Leo, Lambton Elderly Outreach. Wow, what a fantastic way to reach out and break the isolation. Certainly a lot of thoughts got in there, and I know they're grateful to the many community partners that have joined them to make this a great success. And I know it will be a success. One thing I can say about Sarnia, Lambton County, however you want to refer to it, when in time of need, and this community just knows how to come together and support what just needs to be done and get her done, right? So Keep an eye on the Facebook page. I will be posting all the links again that Laura and Amy talked about, so you can stay updated and get out to the ice cream. I'm telling you, I bet you that's going to go quick. But thank you to them both, and thanks to Leo for all they do in our community as well. All right, well, this is going to be a short one, but I want to say thanks once again. Where did they go? Here I am. I need to hire a producer, right? There's all of our sponsors who continue to support the show. And I'm grateful to each and every one of you who take the time to watch the show and support me here on the show to keep it going. We're coming up on 10 years. And on November the 6th at the Sarnia Moose Lodge, we will be having a 10-year celebration. So mark that down in your calendar and stay tuned for details on how, if you wish to, you can attend that, and some more of the details of what we'll be supporting that night as well. So thanks to all of you. Once again, that's all the time I got for you this week. Have a great week and an even better weekend. I will see you next time right here on the show. Bye for now.